Have you ever truly taken a moment to notice the very first thought that rises within you when you wake up? Is it a whisper of gratitude, or is it the weight of stress pressing in? Do you greet the day with a quiet sense of peace, or does your mind immediately begin racing, tangled up in worries about what tomorrow might bring? For most of us, the moment our eyes open, our hands automatically reach for our phones. Notifications, unread messages, endless emails, breaking news, and never-ending to-do lists, all of it floods our minds before our bodies have even fully awakened. We begin running before we have even taken a single conscious breath. But what if I told you that this tiny, often ignored window, the space between sleep and full wakefulness, the state of mind you carry into those first few moments, can shape not just the course of your entire day, but little by little, the course of your life? The Buddha once said, "With our thoughts, we make the world." And perhaps no thought holds greater power than the very first one we choose each morning. Picture your mind at dawn as a garden. The soil is fresh, untouched, fertile, waiting. A blank canvas, pure and unmarked. Whatever seed you plant in those opening moments, whether it's gratitude or frustration, peace or anxiety, patience or irritation, will take root and quietly grow as the hours unfold. This is not merely a poetic idea. In Buddhist teachings, the mind is constantly shaped, moment by moment, thought by thought, and the first few minutes after we wake are some of the most powerful because they are raw, unfiltered, and deeply impressionable. Think about monks rising at dawn. They begin not by rushing, not by checking distractions, but with silence, with chants, with mindfulness. They prepare their inner world before stepping into the outer one. In the same way, you and I have the choice to decide what kind of energy we allow to enter our hearts the moment we awaken. Yet if we are honest, most of us do not treat our mornings with such care. Instead, we wake up, grab our phones, scroll through headlines, maybe stumble upon something upsetting before we've even stretched. Our minds leap from zero into chaos in seconds, and the noise of that chaos spills into every part of our day. We find ourselves reacting instead of responding, feeling behind before the day has even begun. In Buddhism, this is called living unmindfully, being pulled around by the restless current of thought instead of pausing to choose the direction of the river. When the very first thought of the day is anxious, everything suddenly feels rushed, heavy, and overwhelming. But when that first thought is calm and grounded, the world itself feels softer, more forgiving. So, what's the alternative? It doesn't require waking up at 4 a.m., nor does it demand hours of meditation. What it does ask for is something deceptively simple, a conscious pause, just a shift in how we choose to arrive into the day. Try this tomorrow. Before your hand reaches for your phone, place it gently on your chest. Take 3 deep breaths. Feel your lungs expand. Hear the silence that surrounds you. Allow your body to fully arrive in the present. And then, ask yourself with kindness, what energy do I want to carry into this day? Peace, compassion, patience. Even setting that intention silently in your heart can change everything. This simple practice, barely a minute long, can transform the tone of your day. In Buddhist tradition, this is called sati, mindfulness. It is not complicated, it is not lofty, it is simply being awake to this very moment. Now imagine this becoming a daily habit. Every morning, instead of chaos, you start with calm. That calm becomes the anchor from which your day flows. Suddenly, traffic doesn't shake you as much. Conversations become deeper. Your decisions carry more clarity. And it's not because you're forcing yourself to be patient or kind, but because your foundation is stronger. This is the ripple effect. In Buddhism, it is tied to the idea of paticca-samuppāda, or dependent origination. One thought gives birth to another, one choice shapes the next. A single mindful beginning can echo throughout the entire day. There's a story of a monk who was once asked how he found such peace in his life. He replied, "Each morning I sweep the path before me, and each sweep of the broom is my prayer." He wasn't merely clearing leaves from the ground, he was clearing the dust from his mind, setting the tone for clarity, simplicity, and presence. You don't need to live like a monk. You don't need incense or mantras unless they speak to your soul. But what you can do is reclaim your mornings. Instead of asking, "What do I need to do today?" try asking, "Who do I want to be today?" Someone once shared a small ritual with me. Each morning, before leaving their bed, they whispered to themselves, "Today, I choose calm. Today, I choose kindness." At first, it felt awkward, almost silly, but after just a week, they began to notice a shift. The world hadn't changed, but they had. They laughed more freely, reacted less harshly, and walked through the day with steadier steps. And it all began with a choice made in those tender, quiet moments of dawn. The Buddha never promised us a life free of pain, free of stress, or free of sorrow. But what he offered was a path, a way to meet life, not with resistance, but with awareness. That path does not begin far away. It does not wait for some perfect future. It begins right here, in the space between your first breath and your very first thought each morning. So tomorrow, before the noise of the world rushes in, pause, breathe, plant a seed worth growing. Because the way you greet the morning is, in truth, the way you greet your entire life. If these words touch something in you, I invite you. Try this practice for just 3 mornings, just 3 mindful beginnings. And then notice if even a subtle shift appears in your heart, in your breath, in your day. And if you do feel it, come back and share your experience. I would love to hear your story. For more reflections, for wisdom rooted in presence, clarity, and peace, consider subscribing to this channel. Because each new dawn is not just another day, it is a fresh chance to begin again. And your morning, always, is where the quiet magic begins.